Okay, in student success time last week, it was only one day for some of you, it's 2 days for others. We were working on adding and subtracting, well, really adding positive and negative numbers, because we also talked about the fact we don't really subtract anymore. So I just want to remind you of the song. I'm not going to sing it, but I'm going to write out the words. See how this works. Same signs, add, and keep. Different signs, subtract. Take the sign of the highest number, then you'll be exact. It's a little messy, but I may refer to this as we're going through the worksheet. Then the other thing that we talked about was something called the Simpson solution. And if you forgot, this was named after a student I had last year who came up with this, and I just thought it was so great, I said I'd always name it after him. So basically what happens is, if you have this, and that x is just a variable, it could be any number, what we're really talking about is the fact that this, if you go ahead and fill in that cross, it looks like a plus sign. It's a kind of curvy, awkward looking plus sign, but it is. The math behind it is that that's really a -1. And we learned before now, 2 weeks ago now, I guess, that a negative times a negative is a positive. So that's the other reason this plus works. So that's the math and that's the trick. All right, let's look at the worksheet that you were supposed to be doing. There's a lot of math on here, so I'll do some and then I'll erase some. But let's look at number 1. 3 plus a -7. So that is not same signs add and keep, it's different signs subtract. So I'm going to have to subtract, and then I'm going to take the sign of the higher number, which in this case is the 7. So that means it's -4. Number 2, the signs are different. It's -10 plus 12. So we subtract. Oops. Not really sure what it's doing here. 2, take the sign of the higher number, and that would be a plus. Number 3, -5 plus 8. Those are two different signs, so I'm going to subtract. And I'm going to take the sign of the higher number, which in this case is plus 8, so the answer is plus 3. Number 4, -4 plus 6. So those are different signs, so I'm going to subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. Take the sign of the higher number, which in this case is the 6, and you get plus 2. And I hope you're checking your work as I'm going through this video. -8 plus 12. Different signs. Subtract. Take the sign of the higher number. Plus 4. 6 plus a -11. Different signs. So I find the difference and take the sign of the higher number, which in this case is the -11. So the answer is -5. Let's do a different color. Okay. 7. -7 plus 2. 7 and 2 are opposite signs. So I find the difference, and then I take the sign of the higher number, which is 7, so the answer is -5. 8. Now in this case, they are the same signs. This is a -12 plus a -5. So we're going to do, if it'll go back, same signs, add and keep. Same signs, add and keep. So 12 plus 5 is 17, and I keep the sign, which makes it -17. Number 9, again, same signs, add and keep. 12 plus 1 is 13, and I keep the sign, so the answer is -13. Number 10, -9 plus 11. So we're back to different signs again. So that's going to be 2. 11 minus 9 is 2, and the sign of the higher number is plus. All right, so now we have 3 numbers in a row happening here, and it's not that big of a deal. You just have to make sure you are going from left to right. So negative 4 plus negative 8, that's same signs, add and keep. So we have negative 12 plus 11. The 11 came from here. So negative 12 plus 11, those are different signs. So I'm going to find the difference and apply the sign with the higher number. So the answer to that question is negative 1. Number 12, again, we're going to go from left to right. 3 plus a negative 11, those are opposite signs. 11 minus 3 is 8. I take the sign of the higher number, which is negative, and then I rewrite the rest of the problem. And hopefully everyone can see that this is the additive inverse. And that means that when I put these two numbers together, I'm going to get 0. A negative 8 plus 8 is 0, and that's going to happen again somewhere down here. Okay, I'm getting tired of this color. Let's try that color. All right, so we'll start from here. Negative 4 plus 6. They're opposite signs. 6 minus 4 is 2. Then I rewrite the rest of the problem. So that plus negative 3 came from there. 2 plus a negative 3. They're also different signs. So I find the difference and apply the sign of the higher number, so the answer is negative 1. 1 plus a negative 4. So I'm going to find the difference because they're opposite signs and apply the sign of the higher number. Rewrite the rest of the question. These are opposite signs, so I'm going to find the difference and apply the sign of the higher number, so the answer to that is plus 7. Okay, these two are the same sign, so a negative 5 plus a negative 5 is same signs, add and keep. So that means negative 10 plus 1. Those are different signs. Negative 10 plus 1, the difference is 9, the sign is negative because the negative 10 has the higher value. All right, 1 plus a negative 3, different signs, find the difference, apply the sign of the higher number, rewrite the rest of the question, different signs, find the difference, apply the sign of the higher number, plus 9. Hopefully everybody's doing okay on this worksheet so far as you're checking along with me. Okay, 17. Negative 9 plus 4. Different signs. 9 minus 4 is 5. The sign of the higher number is 9. I rewrite the rest of the problem. Negative 5 plus 7. The difference is 2. The sign of the higher number is positive, plus 2. Negative 12 plus 4. Again, different signs, so I'm going to have to find the difference, apply the sign of the higher number, which is negative 12, add the rest of it, which happens to be plus 8, and then we have that additive inverse again. It's even the same numbers. Negative 8 plus 8, which equals 0. All right, last two with this section. So we have 3 plus a negative 10. The difference between them is 7. The higher value is negative 10, so that's negative 7, plus 6. That's the 6 I had to do. The difference between these is 1. The sign of the higher number is negative. All right, a negative 3 plus 3. Hopefully that's looking familiar to some of you. Negative 3 plus 3. That's the additive inverse again. So that's 0. 0